Houston, Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the Rangers gonna be.
Handball, no look around, just kick the goal.
Let that be a lesson, please, to every young kid out there who watches his superstars who are bending the ball on the right foot. Still practice your left foot, because that is holding Hayden Ballantyne back at times, and that was one classic example. He was desperate to get on his right, should have just faded, got some space on his left, and he would have kicked a soda.
Every AFL player should be able to kick 30 on their opposite foot, if not 50.
Gee.
Douglas to tip it on the march, got it.
Well, Walker's deep here, boys. He's gonna have a one-on-one.
He might go up. He might take the big jump on Pearce.
Nah, didn't have to.
No, perfect mark.
That's why you see Adelaide's uncontested numbers down, because they don't often handball in lots and lots of cute methodology getting the ball forward. They've got these weapons where they can go big kick mark, big kick mark. They're contested possessions. And the fact that they haven't got the uncontested, to me, is a strength rather than a weakness.
23 goals, 15 this year. Back from a 2-week suspension for a pretty harsh penalty for the sling tackle that really didn't have a lot of malice in it. Not a lot of force in it either, but he missed 2 weeks. And he squeezed it in. Only just. Imagine if the camera was on you every time you had a beer during your playing days.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have played.
That's right.
The pre-match warm-up, sure, he's looks like a jockey, but gee, he looks like he's got heaps of skill and a big leap, etc.
He's a tall jockey, but you're right, he hasn't got a lot of weight on him, Jared, a lot of fat, but he's a left footer and loves to kick the ball long.
Mundy into trouble. Ibbotson.
Good pressure from Petrenko once again up forward, and the turnaround comes from it.
Right. Riley, slick hands. Van Berlo, past Petrenko. Sloan, good attack. Petrenko.
It's too good, Petrenko.
Now Walker, in time and space. They're a fantastic unit to watch when they're on, the Adelaide Crows. Biggest lead of the game, 23 points.
Fair enough too. A couple of times in this last quarter, or the last half in particular, he hasn't hit targets. He's too good a player for that.
Oh, Zach Clark just got pushed in the ruck by Sandilands then. Pretty ordinary effort at that contest.
McFarlane didn't want to take it out. Got it out.
Well, they've got to get the ball in the right bloke's hands now, Shuri, and Stephen Hill is the right man at the moment, because he's a 70-metre player. Run 20, kick 50, and kick accurately. And they've got Sandilands at the moment, so they're missing out of these clearances. They've got to target deep.
Pay the mark. Walker up, got it. You heard the umpire's call. The players reacted, and Walker was first to react. They've missed him the last couple of weeks, especially last week. But he is back with a vengeance if he kicks this.
Just trying to find the Fremantle player. Once he takes this marker, as he goes to this marker, Fremantle player was the loose man, and he got caught up in his own teammate, so he couldn't run and jump at the contest. But geez, he's a dangerous player. Gee, quick on the lead.
The boos come. That's what he has ahead of him, and he's automatic from there. It's a 3-goal lead.
And Jared's right, when you've got those key forwards, you know you've got an outlet pass.
Thompson.
And you can do so much simulation at training, but when you're out in the third quarter here, like Adelaide would challenge, and to respond the way they did, that's the best form of, I guess, game time is being put in that situation.
There's that outlet pass.
Tippett hasn't taken a lot of contested marks today. Came into this as the #1 contested mark in the comp. That was a good time to be taking one. 5 minutes left on the clock. Walker. Just as good a time to be taking one for Taylor Walker.
I'll tell you what, Dwayne, isn't it beautiful when you just say something and then you get 2 big blokes just clunk marks because you've got an outlet clause. And that's probably the difference between the two sides. We talked about kicking ability. as in hitting targets. Well, Fremantle changed that in the third quarter, but they just haven't had someone who can clunk a mark other than Pavlich being dangerous early in their forward 50 as a tool.
All the discussion over the weekend is going to be about Buddy Franklin's 13, and rightly so, and Jack Riewolds 8. But Rory Sloane's game today may not be the equivalent of 13, but he's had 10 possessions in this last quarter out of 60 possessions. Every 6 possession for the Crows has been the bloke with the blonde hair.
And Walker brings that back with perfection. The Adelaide Crows, killer elite, have put the sword through Fremantle.
Well, we just go back to it again. It has been an area where has been concern. A big kick forward. You know, you get around your player, you've got players looking around saying, do I have to go back? Valentine tried to do his best, but when you're this big and that strong and that quick off the mark, you're going to be a dangerous option, and they have got it, the Adelaide Crows. This will keep them in a game for a long period of time in finals if they were to qualify high.
For the football. And there is Thompson and Hayes again. No free kick, and so Thompson, so on cue to centre wing. Walker in the middle. Gwilt's had a good start. Fisher searching, did well. Back to Gwilt. And then Gwilt belting forward. Martin will mark it, and he does. He's had a good start. That's 50. 50. 50.
50. You're going to have to move quickly from both back 50s because both sides have got a really good down-the-line setup to protect the fast ball move. It's got to change direction and run and get to open field if you're going to break either defence.
Now Walker wants it deeper. Now he leads to the pocket. Walker, that's a good kick. It got him.
And a great lead, Bruce.
Yeah. He worked hard, Tex then.
That's the thing, Tom, where the zone player really is just holding his... Like, he virtually ran past Blake into the mark.
Yeah.
I mean, if Blake's watching the footy, he goes for the footy, doesn't he, in the first place?
When you're in that zone position, you've really, and you don't have a direct opponent, you've got to have your head on a swivel. So you're watching the football, obviously, but you have to look around to see where the opposition player is coming from, and Blake should have cut across it. Raf Clark could have helped his team out a bit stronger too, I think, by putting a bit of pressure on his direct opponent to block the run.
So he's been pretty accurate from set shots. Only Buddy has averaged more goals a game than Walker this season. She struck that well. That's a beautiful kick. That's a good finish. Adelaide in front.
So that gives him 28 goals for this season. A couple of big hauls in there too. He had 6 against Port in round 5 and 5 against the Swans in round 6. And that's where they look most dangerous on exposed form so far, those key positions up forward.
Just no one can complain about stodgy play tonight. Both sides are just bouncing the ball from end to end.
We've seen some inaccurate kicking in quarters of late. Think of Carlton, you know, on the Friday night a week and a bit ago, and tonight some chances for the Saints.
Yeah. Energy sapping footy, isn't it? End to end. The players really run. It's not like you're kicking necessarily like in the old days. The players in set positions. The blokes are actually in moving positions. Up and back. Here's Dangerfield who's moving. Thompson. Dangerfield gets through, goes down towards half forward. Tracking it is Walker towards the pocket. Tracking him is Gilbert. Arriving quickly, Petrenko gave it to Walker, goes with the outside of the boot and kicks a goal. What a beauty, his second. Oh, Petrenko was wonderful. Knows no other way, just hit that back and gave it across. Gilbert takes a while to get up.
Well, all's well and ends well. I thought that when the ball went to ground and he had a bit of time and space, Walker, and he just had to knock it out to Petrenko here, but for some reason I think he was trying to play the ball and get himself. Petrenko though 2-on-1. Now it just became that banana kick off the outside of the right foot.
Lee, what about Dangerfield's running power through the centre?
And the strength. That's the power and the speed, isn't it? The body strength and the speed. Irresistible combination he's got, Dangerfield. He's really coming through.